Although I declared quitting adding English narration on my clips to change into Japanese before, I am continuing to do it, because, even if my clips are not seen, it is useful for me, because it becomes practice English. Anyway, today I am showing you the way from Takeshiba Pier, seeing Shiba Park to the right and going on the Gaien-east street for Aoyama Street, but we won't go to the street ending on the way today, to be continued the next. I mean to make videos to practice English and to remember what I thought then, so, it is important to tell the date of today, the 4th of June, 2021. The calamity of COVID-19 is continuing, though it has been 18 months since the news came from Wuhan in which something bad happened. Tokyo is the host of the Olympics in 2021, though the previous plan was in 2020, prolonging for COVID-19. But, as for if the games are held or not is very controversial now. I don't like the situation in Japan except for those in foreign countries, because Japanese, except some like me, effervesced that the IOC selected Tokyo as the host of the games in 2020, but now, not less than 50% of them object to holding the games. I don't think that Japanese have rights if we ourselves quit or hold, but foreign countries have the rights and, of course, the IOC. We Japanese should continue to prepare for the games until the IOC decides. There is a point that the controversial matter has been raised by the liberalists, that is, leftists, who want to give a blow against the government party. Their logic seems that the party will lose the next election planned this autumn for their bad jobs on the host of the games and managing COVID-19. Some of the liberal in Japan doesn't means the same as that in USA or so, but means that they are apt to be anti-Japan and pro-Chinese Communist Party. Very dangerous group are they, aiming to destroy the relationships between Japan and USA or so. Moreover, there also are some who are pro-North Korea. The reason why I objected to the host of the Olympics is that I don't appreciate it as one of the best athletic competitions in the world, and I think that any advanced countries must give it to other countries, if the host of the games can get some profit economically or enhance the national prestige or so. The reason why I don't appreciate the games as the most exciting competition is that the trial games of that sport become the best competition in the country which is best at the game, then, the Olympic Games are nothing more than exhibitions after the champions had been decided in the trial games. Frankly speaking, I don't think that judo suits one of the games, though I am a Japanese, I don't have an illegitimate favor as Japanese, and also what's taekwondo, even boxing doesn't suit the Olympics for peace because of the usual controversy on judgment. My plan on my YouTube channel is that I emphasize narration in English, if not correct English. The concept of movies is placed below the second, which continues the same concept as the latest one of Street View for easiness to make videos. Actually, it is made by a GoPro mounted on a bicycle and only riding to the places I want to go. I'm sorry if you don't like such videos and odd Japanese English. By the way, I am fighting in court with my Laotian ex-wife for parental authority. I have advice for those who want to marry a woman from Southeast Asia. There were lots of gaps in values between us, though I am an Asian as the same as her, much more between you and your future wife, if you are a Westerner. It is important to compromise with each other, but you should not hope she will compromise with you, that is to say, it is important that you yourself can compromise with her. And about money, you don't have to give all the money you have, but you should prepare to back up her family in her country financially, even if she doesn't ask it to you for her modest manner, you have to do it before she feels frustration. You should admit that the reason why there are women who marry old guys, most occasions are that she wants a better life and to assist her family with his money, and if she really loves you or not is another matter. When I was watching a certain clip on YouTube, in which a Japanese old guy said that you could get a woman's love with money in the Philippines, of course she wants money, but you, even so, what's the matter? He lost $400,000 to a nasty Filipino woman, but he didn't care, because he enjoyed himself and he believed in her real love. And he married a new Filipino woman again, living in the Philippines with her, who is 40 years younger than he, and of course, he understands that the new wife appreciates the money from him and doesn't think of him as a husband she really loves. However, the more days have passed, the more he becomes feel her deeper love to him, even if it is an illusion for him, he thinks that it would be happy to die in the happy illusion. That's one way of thinking. In another broadcast on a YouTube channel by an American old guy who married a Filipino woman, he didn't reply to the question why is it a higher probability that the Filipino women marry old guys who come from Western countries, but giving a wry smile, which looked to mean that he saw the answer but didn't want to expose the real, that is to say, money and poverty. I don't think that self-deception can lead to a happy life. I recommend Rocket and Mobile, if you come to Japan with a long-term visa, because it costs the cheapest mobile carrier, which offers free use up to 1 GB and free domestic calls except some prefix numbers such as 0570. Rakuten Mobile is a newcomer, so there haven't been many bases of antennas yet. This is a defect, but no problem if you use it in main cities, much more Tokyo. When you go to countrysides, the latest mobile phone can automatically change carriers between Rakuten and O, which is a partner carrier with Rakuten, to cover areas without Rakuten. If your mobile phone doesn't such function, you should tap on the icon of plane to shut the function to search wave of Rakuten, and tap it again to receive the wave of O. Rakuten announced that all iPhones on iOS later VER 14.4 can be used, but if you are a user of Android, it would be better to check in the Rakuten site whether your Android can be used or not. Although I said the rate is for nothing up to 1 GB, in case you use more, the rate is 980 yen up to 3 GB, 1980 yen up to 20 GB and 2,980 yen for unlimited use, as of the 5th of June, 2021. It would be easier to think of their equivalents as $0, $10, $20, $30 each. However, you should estimate the reasonable rate will be raised after they succeeded to get around 25% of shares at the latest because of 4 carriers of existence in Japan. Rakuten ran a campaign that offered free use for a year and presented 7,000 points, which you could use as 7,000 yen on the EC side of Rakuten. Moreover, you could get points back up to 20,000 points in case you bought a new mobile phone from Rakuten. Now the campaign of free use for a year has ended, changing into 3 months free usage instead, but the point campaign is continuing as of the 5th of June, 2021. This is not a promotion for my affiliate. I don't link this page to the site for a proof of it, but I only recommend it for 0 basic charge and free commission of office procedure, which seems the best condition for foreigners, as the point that you can not only contract with ease but also cancel with ease. If you come to Japan for a long stay, you had better get a bicycle, because it costs higher to get a vehicle or to use the public transportation system. Then the bicycle is a better choice. Moreover, you can get at cheap price one made in China around $100, though it is single speed. The bicycle makes you more active. However, seeing the body build of the Westerners, I recommend getting a saddle post of 35 centimeters to change the original one, which you can get from Amazon Japan at only $10. I also changed it for a longer one. The bicycle that I am using comes from my mother, so it was small for me before the change. But now, it became fit to me. Moreover, as it is only a 26 inches model, so-called Momashari, of which tire is the most popular size in Japan since most Japanese women use the size, then running cost is reasonable for not only changing tires but also other maintenance. Its defect is that top speed is slower than those of sport models. The bicycle of mine has 3 gears, so it doesn't matter to run up a sloping road, but I feel frustrated about the top speed, which is not equivalent to my strength. And actually, the sport bikes pass on me. Of course, I don't compete by bicycle, but thinking about effective use of time, it is very frustrating. However, it's a trade-off between the cost and top speed, that you should be patient. You should run on the left of roads by bicycle, and when you run on pedestrian ways, you should check traffic signs whether it shows to allow you to run there or not in advance. That is, there are pedestrian ways to prohibit you from running by bicycle. Even if the footwalk allows bicycles, I don't like to run there but on the road on many occasions as possible. However, some roads are difficult to run by bicycle because of the narrowness. There is a street as an almost beeline to Shinjuku from near Fukuoka city in which I live, so I want to use the street but can't because of narrowness. Moreover, there is nothing even a footway at all. 2-wheel motor vehicles, skateboards, or kickboards with motors are prohibited from running on not only the footways but also roads. If you want to run on the road by them, you have to get a license for the vehicle under 50 cubic centimeters of engine and license plate. When you imagine the skateboard with a license plate, you could see an odd scene. The laws of Japan have not caught up with the situation people demand yet, but Japanese administration has finally started to make a draft proposal. How many years has passed since the Segway came into the world? The Segway hasn't run on the road in Japan yet, but only runs indoors where it doesn't need the license plate. I often recommend you to come to Japan in order to make videos for your YouTube channel, but you of course have to stick to Japan, because Japan is more difficult on living cost than Southeast Asian countries. Then, this is an idea that you come to Japan with a common tourist visa holding good for 3 months, and go out to a country in Southeast Asia until your Japanese visa expires, go out of the country to another until the visa expires, continue the same routine. If you find a better place which lets you want to stay long in order to make videos in the process of that, of course you can do as you like. Anyway, I don't emphasize Japan even if I am a Japanese. I got to be curious about the Philippines as a retirement place as well as a place to make videos. It seems to suit you, if you are English speaker, because the Philippines is one of Southeast Asian countries which can understand English as well as Singapore. Hong Kong also understands English but has become ill at ease for less freedom behind China. However, in the point of competitors, Japan can be more advantageous to your YouTube channel than the Philippines, because the smartphones became widely used in the Philippines as well. Then, more Filipinos came to report about the Philippines to shoot episodes with the smartphones in English. Therefore, videos in English from the Philippines may be more competitive. On the contrary, even if more Japanese came to make videos for YouTube, the language they use are almost Japanese, so, Japanese don't become your competitors. Moreover, you could copy buzz videos made by Japanese to interpret it into English and to change your original one, ha ha ha.